meet all sorts in Aquila City.
As technicians, we handle threat and post beginnings and ends.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? If you've got some morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you. And the truth is, in this industry, this is about as fair as it gets. Laredo is far from squeaky clean, and believe me, we've got our own eyes out for their moves as well. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. We expect our employees to self-manage when it comes to breaks. I recommend taking a moment whenever you feel that stress may be getting the better of you. Just be mindful of your time. This job requires a clear head. Nice to see I haven't worn you out yet. Your next assignment is to find a security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. A security chief isn't going to give the time of day to just anybody. A nice suit should do the trick. Or, who knows, some operatives are known to have a security guard uniform or two in their closet they can rely on. Just be careful. Getting caught could mean a mess, and cleanup isn't cheap. We just need some easy access to competitor security. Sometimes obtaining a legitimate form of access is preferred over brute forcing it. Good luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, it's up to you to bail yourself out.
So you're telling me I have to take my entire load of alcohol back to New Atlantis?
That's right. Every damn crate.
All right, let's cut the crap. This is because I refuse to pay Bayou's ridiculous tariff on my goods, right?
I don't make the rules, lady. Just take your junk, load it back on your ship, and get the hell out of here.
If I don't deliver these goods, I'm going to lose thousands on this job.
Not my problem.
There is at least a
Let me get
veneer
moving.
of rules we gotta follow.
This is the last run to Neon I'm ever going to make.
You can't just
I
snipe
can't believe I'm
disciples
going
in
to
the
be out
center of
thousands of
goddamn
credits.
Plaza.
This could
Clear?
ruin me.
Yeah. You just gonna stand there, or do you have something to say?
Minimize the witnesses.
If you're here to report a crime, you're gonna have to deal with it yourself. Neon Security. An emergency, huh? Right now, I'm dealing with a stabbing in Ebside, a junkie ready to toss himself off the platform, 2 robberies, and a stripped spaceship. So unless you're here to tell me that the trade tower is about to fall into the ocean, it can probably wait, right? Whoa, listen to the genius over here. What a good idea. I know what I'll do. I'll walk over to the edge of the platform and yell really loud for volunteers down at the ocean. Maybe some chasm bass will sign up. In case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly ask the Freestar Collective for help. We do things on our own. Yeah, sure. I think we can fit you in. Okay, you just bought yourself some time with Neon Security. What do you want? Sorry, I've heard Neon Security called a lot of things, but never the law. I guess you could say we enforce the rules just enough to keep the city from falling apart. But we're really here as Bayou's private army. You can find the Freestar Rangers in the city, but they're smart enough to keep their heads down and their hands clean. If you're looking for law and order, you're not gonna find it in Neon. Neon is Bayou's house. Nothing happens in the city without his blessing. Doesn't matter if you're a sewer rat or a millionaire, you answer to him just the same. And you better answer with cash, or he won't lift a finger. Screw with a guy or try to complain to a higher authority, and I can personally promise to you that he'll make you disappear. But if you're pulling in cash and you're smart enough to let him shave a little off the top, he'll look the other way. Important. Aurora is the lifeblood of Neon, and anyone that disagrees is either delusional or a liar. Bayou is literally pulling gold out of the sea. He's got everyone hooked on the stuff and has a stranglehold on the prices. The man's a genius. He actually had enough clout to convince the entire Freestar Collective that a highly addictive narcotic can be legalized. And between you and me, I don't even touch the stuff. But I'll be damned if I don't enjoy the money it brings in. Watch yourself. I have my eyes on you.
You sure you belong here? You need help with something? That is a pretty huge favor, especially coming from someone I don't even know. I'm not sure what kind of emergency would require me to hand over a security keycard to a citizen. I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. I think we can work something out. Fine. The key's yours. Just remember to bring it back, or I'm reporting you. Quit staring.
Welcome off-world Earth to the hotel, please.
Scram, I'm on
If you're wondering what that smell is.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? Now we're talking. Not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. Good. It's time for a change of pace. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon. If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astra Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. Exactly. And since you seem to be familiar with him, you probably know how much we don't like to upset him. I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd and Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. Infinity Ltd is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director, Zola Adisa, and their financial manager, Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. He's one of Quantum's best assets. Since they promoted him, their profits have risen over 37%. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. We keep an extremely close eye on our competition. Thanks to operatives like you, that information is almost always at our disposal. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd slate is a bit of a gamble, but one we're willing to take. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Business executives aren't going to take advice from just anyone. Show up looking like an Ebbside street rat or mercenary for hire, and you're lucky if they'll even acknowledge you. If you think you can do better, you're welcome to it. I suppose I can even provide you with a small allowance. Just keep in mind, business attire is preferred. Club attire would be second to help blend in. I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
Just waiting for more info. As
down the Crimson Fleet? Buddy and Sistef was telling me all about it. Pretty amazing stuff.
Keep it moving.
your stories are a big hit. You lead a... well, you talk and get paid. I spread the news. It's a classic win. Next time, then.